Good morning. Good morning, everyone. For those of you who are seeing this, and I don't know how long I'm going to leave this up, I just wanted to take a few moments to pop in and say hello and let you guys know that yes, I am still around, though you haven't seen me lately. And bear with me, this is so foreign to me because I haven't been live in a very long time. So, for those of you who will be joining me, thank you for being here. Hello. Those of you who are new to me or new to my channel, I'm Michelle with YesMichelle Crochets. And I'm just taking a few moments to dip my toe back into the live stream experience and say hello to you all. I also wanted to share some information about what's going to be happening in my corner of the world. Good morning, Sue Ann. Welcome in and hello. Glad to see you here. And my purpose for today, of course, is to refresh myself with the experience of being live because it has been a very long time, but also to pop in. And hey, Marshallie, welcome in. But like I said, it has indeed been a very long time since I have done this. And it takes a bit. For those of you who don't know, I suffer from anxiety. So this is one of the most uncomfortable things that I do, but I also know it's part of the things we do as content creators. With that said, of course, one of the things that made me say I need to go live today is I am going to be co-hosting an auction with VJ's Crochet. And forgive me, I was a terrible creator. I forgot to tag her channel, but this afternoon at noon Central Time, so adjust your time accordingly depending on where you are, we are going to be hosting an auction, and we will be auctioning off quite a number of Furls hooks. These hooks were products. Hey, welcome in, Mama. Glad to see you here. And as I was saying, we're going to be auctioning off these Furls hooks that were items owned by a previous content creator. She's no longer with us, and that would be Ashley Vincent, also known as Sunflower Ashley. I unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to get to know her as a content creator, but I do have the opportunity to kind of get to know her mom. Susan has been a beautiful supporter of the crochet community throughout her journey, supporting her daughter in her quest to try to survive cancer. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened. And though it hurts me to share that, one of the things I've learned over this time about Ashley was she was the type of person who was very loving and very caring and just an all around beautiful soul. She also seemed to have a propensity to shop. I can identify with that quite easily. So, having said that, she has a lot of things that Susan wants to make sure our community still has access to. So, she sent a very large number of hooks. Hey, Doretha, welcome in. Glad to have you here today. So, VJ has the hooks at her home right now. Not all of them, but quite a number of them. And those hooks are going to be auctioned off today. I want you to know VJ and I have worked behind the scenes very quickly to try to source the names of these items, make sure that we had appropriate starting prices for them. And is VJ in the chat? I don't think she is, but she might be. I don't know. I may have missed it. Anyway, um, those items didn't always have names on the boxes, so that meant we had to figure out what it was. And let us be clear, we are human. We could have made mistakes, but I think we're pretty on brand with what the starting prices will go for. We've looked at several different places of where we could find listings for similar items or the exact item, and we've come just a little under it. And in addition, for those of you who are not Furls fans, there are some, not a lot, but some Clover Amore hook sets that are available, and we will be auctioning those off today as well. So that's my news of the day. Today at noon, we are going to have an auction and it will be hosted on VJ's channel, which, as I said, is VJ's Crochet. So please, if you're interested in supporting this worthwhile opportunity, there's VJ. Hey there, hey. And you have a little bit of time. We'd love to have you there. I will say this, one of the days that we were spending behind the scenes before she went live while I was trying to get things done for nap time, we went through and we cataloged and labeled and we sourced, and we were dead wrong. I'll admit it. I'm not often wrong. I'm arrogant enough to say that. But I'm also honest enough to say when I am wrong, that we make a correction and we adjust it. So that's exactly what we did. And I think we've pretty much hit the nail on the head with most everything. If we've made a mistake, if you know for a fact that it's not the right name, please share with us. I will be doing everything I can behind the scenes to stay up with the chat and keep up a little bit with who's getting what. But at the same time, please know we are human beings. This is not normally something we do as content creators. And when you come in to bid on something, please remember that these funds are going to be generated and gifted to Ashley's mom so that she can in turn donate these proceeds to the organization that supported her daughter and in turn supported our friend. So I greatly appreciate your support. If you know other people who are in the crochet community or who have a propensity to love a good furls hook, by all means, invite them to this experience today. And we look forward to having you there. Now, with all of that out of the way, hey, Mirabelle, welcome in. I'm going to hop into the chat and see what everybody's saying because, like I said, I don't do this every day and this is not fun for me, but it is fun to hang out with you. So I get over the anxiety to get to spend some time with you. And who all is here? Let me see. Like I said, I think I got everybody as you came in. I tried. Doretha is saying hello to everyone, as is, of course, our VJ. And VJ, thank you for being here. I know you've got things you're doing this morning to get ready for this afternoon, and I greatly appreciate you being here. Excuse me, I need a drink. Did you guys grab your coffee or your drink of choice for this morning? And what are you hooking on? Because it's been a minute since we hung out. So catch me up on all the things. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. And no, I'm such a smart person, though I have yarn very close. I didn't grab one project to start on. So I'm grabbing my ball of, I don't remember what this is. I know what it is, but Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. And don't ask me the color because I don't remember. You're lucky I remembered the name. This is how my day is going. Anyway, I'm going to just work on a granny square while we hang out for a little bit. And I can't stay long simply because I've got a few other things I need to do before we start the live on VJ's channel. But I would have been a terrible friend if I didn't come and tell you what was going on. So you've been told. And I hope you'll tell others. So what is everybody saying? Miss Elizabeth is here. Welcome in, Miss Elizabeth. Glad to have you here. I am, okay, let me scroll. I forget. It goes down one way and up the other. I get lost. Hey, Miss Elizabeth, I just found you the other day. I'm very excited to have you here. And congratulations on pressing the button. I am excited to watch your growth. You have a very engaging personality and a really cute dog. Although we didn't see the other one in the first video, I know there's another video. I will be watching it. So, and I can't wait to see what you do with your channel. You have a natural presence on camera, by the way. I have to share that with you. So guys, and I am not one to shout out, and I'm very quick about sharing the rules over here in this neck of the woods. We don't do self promotion here, and nobody is. Let me be clear, no one has done that. So I'm not pointing any fingers or placing any blame. But I am going to say that with Miss Elizabeth, she is a brand new content creator. As I don't know how long Magic Frog has been around. For those of you who don't know, Magic Frog's real name is Mirabelle. But these two young ladies have come into my life, and I want to let you know that if you don't already know about them, you might want to check them out. Okay, and Ms. Elizabeth said, thank you. Beethoven will be coming up. And thank you so much. You are so, so welcome. I remember when I first pressed my button, a lot of people were very kind to share information about my channel and about me. And that really helped my growth. And it gave me a lot of beautiful lessons that have carried me to where I am today. So I'm excited for that. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome in. I thought I saw my favorite Lucky Charm in the room. Hi, welcome in. Oh, you know what? Like I said, if I can help somebody else enjoy the experience and relationships that I have had the pleasure of having here on YouTube, I want to do that for you guys and make sure that we continue to be a community of kindness, support, and love. And that's all I've ever wanted from this community. Um, I've heard another content creator say many, many times that crochet is one of the loneliest crafting experiences out there. And it really is because you know what you're about to do. When you pick up that skein of yarn or that hank of yarn, oh, I want to make X with this. Now, of course, if you're smart, you wait till the yarn tells you what it wants to be, because if you don't, you're going to spend some time frogging. I'm just saying, been there, done that, got a few t-shirts for it. Anyway, with that said, when we're sitting down with our hook and our yarn and we're beginning to make something, whether it's for ourselves or someone else, very rarely do we have the ability to multitask. We're focused on where do we place the hook for the next stitch? Do we want to add a stitch here? Do we want to change the way the pattern is written and do something different? There's lots of things that go on in our mind that we probably don't even say out loud. And if you're like me, you might be around a lot of people who do a lot of things and at the same time could care less about your crochet. So they don't pay attention to what you're doing. Oof, I heard that. Okay, what did you hear? Okay. Marsha Lee agrees with me. It is a very lonely experience. So we're in the room, but we're not engaged oftentimes in what is happening on television or the conversation that's going on. Like right now, I'm talking to you, and yet I keep looking down. Is Miss Gloria here? I'm missing everybody. Hey, Miss Gloria, welcome in. So with that said, we do what we do and we love it, which is why we do it. But it is a lonely experience. So having a community of people who are like-minded understand that we're not being obtuse when we are looking at one another. Instead, the yarn feels you. Okay, the yarn feels you what it. Well, it feels you what it wants to be. That's true. It feels you, tells you it all the same. Yes, it does. And if you don't listen, it won't work. There have been plenty of times that I have made something or started something and thought, oh, this is going to be the perfect yarn for whatever. It was not. And the yarn said no. Thank you and no. And I ended up having to frog it, and hopefully it was the type of yarn you could frog easily. And if it wasn't, sometimes that yarn had to go sit in timeout for an indefinite period of time, so much so that it probably got enough dust to grow a beard. Hey, Jen, welcome in. Well, Elizabeth, sometimes it is a feel and a telling from the yarn. It doesn't feel right. You think about if you're making a wearable, let's say you're making a sweater, and it has the most beautiful colorway and you're loving all the things, and then you put it against your skin and it says, I don't want to wear that ever. And I wouldn't give it to anyone. So that ends the relationship with that experience. All my men enjoy what I make them, but they accuse me of witchcraft because they don't understand. My son saw me working with my multiple strands and said, "What duck sorcery is this?" I love it. I love it. No, my children must seem to think that, well, let me append that statement. My daughter says, "Oh, you're making this with that? Great, make me one." My son seems to think that, you know, mom can make it in a night. And that's kind of my fault. Before I had a channel, and for those of you who are new to me, I have an adult son who is on spectrum. So as he was younger, like most children, he lost his mittens or his gloves all the time. And he'd come in and say, "I lost my mittens. Can you make me a new pair?" That might be at 6 o'clock in the evening. And then I'm up all night making another pair of mittens so that he has another pair to wear the next day. That happened a lot more than I want to say. But he enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them. And that was what it was. And to this day, I don't think he really understands the involvement of creating something on the fly and making sure that it's ready when you want it to be ready by. And I'm also a big blanket person. I don't, let me be clear again for those of you that are new, I don't do Ami. I will never do crochet pants. So don't look over here for that. I don't do tutorials. I have a lot of I don'ts, but I have a lot of I do's too. I do love this crochet community. I do love my friends. And I do love supporting you guys. And I hope you guys will be kind in your support of me while I shared the space with VJ so that we can do this auction today. Okay, let me catch up. I got lost. See, I like a multiple strand. Am I currently doing one? No, I'm thinking about one. I have one circling in the pot, trying to figure out what it wants to be. But I love a magic strand project. I have a few blankets that I've made that are multiple strand. What I've learned is if the suggested hook for a multi-strand project is whatever they call it for, I usually go up one extra hook size just in case so that I have that freedom of play and movement. Now, of course, everybody under the sun who makes things says make a swatch. I'm just going to admit it. It's probably not going to happen. The lesson I have learned over the years of crocheting, for me at least, is I'm not going to do it. Let's not pretend that I will. I won't. Mirabelle, thank you. You are so, so sweet. Um, no, I'm probably not going to make a swatch. I'm not even going to pretend. And if it's not right, I'll frog it. I'm not afraid of the frog. Ribbit, ribbit. The other side of that coin is I don't tend to make small projects. So it's not surprising if I say I'm working on a particular item and you don't see anything from me on that for weeks or maybe even months because I have startitis. So yes, I will start a project and then start another one because why not? I'm easily influenced. And sometimes the project needs a break from me because I'm team too much. Mama Wynn said, I also don't do swatches. And if you've seen anything on her channel, believe you me, she's always hooking. Met, oh, that's my watch. Uh, I ain't making no swatch. I'll tell anybody that right now. There will be no swatching over here. Okay. See, that's some sorcery you need to know. Swatches don't always happen. And lately, I don't do patterns or tutorials. I'm creating my own designs, and she is having a great time with it. And I'm loving what I see. Yes, I peek in the windows. I'm a lurk. I'm a look. I'm a do. This is what I do. Okay, see, there there are so many of us who are like no team, no swatch. Yet most every creator, well, with very few exceptions, they'll tell you, you have to make a swatch and you need it to be this by this and that by that. Move on with that. I'll catch you when you finish talking and show me the pattern, and then I'll change it because that's what I do. Sue Ann said no swatches for her. Hey, Jesse, welcome in and good morning. Thank you. Elizabeth, tell your secret. And those of you who have channels, please chime in on this. We will have multiple projects. Those people who can do one or two or three and that be it, my hat's off to you. I'm not that girl. I currently could very easily point to at least 12 or more projects that are currently happening right now. And that won't even discuss the ones that are coming. So, yes. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back a little bit. I said hi to Jessie. I released 2 of my own patterns over the past 2 weeks. Excellent. Very good. And Mirabelle said, I love your gloves. See? Community. These people know each other and I love it. And Bud Rose said no swatches for her. So there you go. Our community knows who we are and we are making what we're making. We hope you like it, but hey, don't ask for a swatch. Don't ask for a swatch. It just isn't, it depends on what it is. I make a lot of blankets. I make a lot of items that are for charity. And I honestly make a lot of the same patterns that I already know, even if I switch up the stitches or whatever. At the end of the day, I know my tension, I know my tolerance, and oftentimes I know my inventory, which we won't talk about. Though those of you who have been around for a minute know that I have a little bit of yarn, just a little bit. As another content creator has said more times than I can forget, I have about 2 skeins of yarn. 2 over here, 2 over there. 2. So I have some yarn and I love what I love. As you think about what your favorite go-to yarns are, first of all, I'm allergic to wool. So the bougie yarns, there's a very select, few of them that I can use. So I don't spend a lot of time or money on bougie yarns. I like having one particular skein. So I'm a 1 pound person if possible. I absolutely will say my number one favorite yarn is Karen 1 pound. And though it has changed and I haven't tried it since it went to Michael's, I loved the Joanne Big Twist brand. Okay, let me catch up. I'm losing it. I'm currently learning how to create my own projects as well. Marsha Lee, I am proud of you. I'm having so much fun. Have a couple of blankets that I need to work up. Well, I have some that are works in progress. And Mama Winch's favorite yarn is Premier, that I know. Michelle, I agree with you 100%. I can't do one project. I'll get bored out of my mind, and that's why I start another project. Yes. And in this community, you have enablers who show you all their projects, and you're like, boom, I got to make that too. Didn't mean you finished the other one first. It just meant I got to make that. Jesse said, I get stuck making fun things, and when holidays pop up, they become last minute gifts. Now, see, this is where the other side of who I am shows up. I'm a planner. I'm writing your name down, deciding what I want to make for you. Does it get finished on time? That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. However, I am going to have a list. I'm that girl. And Elizabeth said, also allergic to wool. We understand each other. So you're probably one of those people who has the same experience I do. I just recently, this past spring, went to a fiber fest. I bought no yarn, not because there weren't beautiful colorways and beautiful things, but because 90% of what was there was wool, and I can't do it. I can't mess with it. I can handle the superwash merino. I have been successful in enjoying the Malabrigo. I have some Cascade. I've worked with it. It's a little itchy, but it's not an allergic itch. It's fibrous and it doesn't give me all the warm happies. But I like it and it's pretty. And what I'm working on, I will finish eventually, maybe, possibly. Okay, yeah, the yarn was expensive. I'll finish it when I get to it. It's not screaming and I'm not hollering. So, Premier is her preferred yarn. And Mama Winch, I love you. Please don't do that again. I'll cut back to doing multiple whips. I currently have 2 whips in progress. Won't start anything else unless I finish one of these. I understand. Now, see, I get that. Mama Winch, I absolutely get that. In my very early days of my channel, I worked on one whip for probably a month. And that was all anyone saw me make. But I had other things going on in addition to that. And what I did not talk about in my first videos was that I had 2 of the same type of project going on at the exact same time in 2 different colorways. I was working on wedding gifts. One was for an anniversary, one was for a wedding coming. And forgive the sounds around me. I have a very busy family and they're all being themselves. Excuse me. So that being said, I only showed the one project that I was working on. Have a great day, Mama Winch. Enjoy your time in the YouTube streets, and I certainly hope we'll see you this afternoon. And Miss Elizabeth said exactly. Seems like most of the specialty yarns have wool. Exactly. Now, there are other options. There, of course, is alpaca for those who can handle it. Honestly, I'm afraid of it because I have such a visceral reaction to using wool. But because of that, once bitten, twice shy. It's me. And I'm told that I could probably try it. Yeah, I'm not trying to do anything that's going to itch or burn or cause me to have a medical issue that I don't want to deal with. So I stay away from it. I love it for everybody else. I'm just not the one to try anything new. I'm an old fogey in that regard. I'm gonna stick to what I know and what I love. So there is that. Um, okay, it's almost 9 o'clock my time. We have to be live by noon, so I have to be sitting in this chair again by 11:30 my time, and I'm gonna cut out. I hope this was fun for you. It was, like I said, just a quick pop up to let you guys know what is going to be happening on VJ's Crochet today. I look forward to seeing you guys this afternoon, and I thank you for hanging out with me. I can't promise this is going to stay up, so if I delete it, I'm glad you were here to see it. You guys have an awesome morning, and I'll see you at noon my time. Till then, have some fun today, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.